Welcome to Sanatan United. If you seek the truth of our festivals, history, scriptures, and the sky itself, stay with us as we explore how Navaratri, Durga Puja, and Dussehra shines beneath one autumn moon. Sanatan Dharma is not a single book or a single creed. It is a river of time, fed by a thousand springs. From the antiquity's far horizon, other emerges as fresh insights in every age. The Vedas, the Puranas, the epics, the songs of the saints, the whispered mantra of the village shrine, all belongs to it, yet none can claim to contain it. In every era, shares glimpsed the infinite and revealed what they saw. Some revelations were written down, others lived only in memory and ritual. Many have been lost, many still waits to be rediscovered. That is why Sanatan Dharma can welcome many festivals that rises from different moments in history and from different corners of the land. What unites them is not a single founder or a fixed doctrine, but the heartbeat of Dharma, the victory of truth over falsehood, light over darkness, life over decay. Tonight, under the same autumn moon, three great celebrations glow across India. In Gujarat, the Garba unfolds. Devotees revolve around the Garbi, the lamp representing Devi's presence. In North, stages burn bright with Ramlila as effigies of Ravana waits for the fire of Dussehra. And in Bengal, drums echoes on the river banks as families welcome their daughter, Mother Durga. Are these three separate festivals, or are they three mirrors reflecting one eternal light? To answer, we must walk through history, scripture, and the sky itself. Each month of the Indian lunisolar calendar begins with a new moon and divides into two halves. The dark half is Krishna Paksha, the waning fortnight. The bright half is Shukla Paksha, the waxing fortnight when the moon grows full. Navaratri begins on the first day of the bright fortnight, Ashwin Shukla Pratiprada, and runs for 9 consecutive nights, ending with Navami. The next day, the 10th tithi, Dasami, is celebrated as Vijayadashami or Dussehra. Ancient Indian astronomers preserved this system in the Siddhanta's tradition of astronomy. The Surya Siddhanta, a foundational text compiled from earlier observational schools and given its classical form around the 4th to 5th century CE, then refined through later centuries, set out the very calculations of tithi, lunar phases, and seasonal transitions that guides our festival dates even today. By the time the Kalika Purana recorded an autumnal Durga worship in the 10th century CE, the Siddhanta calendar was already the accepted standard across India. The science of measuring time came first. The specific celebration came later. Bengal's Sharadiya Durga Puja fits precisely inside this window. The welcoming of the goddesses on Shashti, the grand worship of Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, and the farewell immersion on Dasami all unfold within the same bright fortnight as Navratri and Dussehra. So the calendar gives us overlap but not identity. Three celebrations, each with its own scripture and history, gather under the same lunar rhythm because the ancient Siddhanta astronomers marked this fortnight as the most sacred time to honor victory and divine feminine. The festival that shines under this same autumn moon were born in different places at different moments in history. Navaratri is the oldest. References appears in the Mahabharata, core layers dated between 400 BCE and 400 CE, and in the Devi Mahatmya of the Markandeya Purana, composed around 5th to 6th century CE. This scripture describes the 9 nights of worship offered to the goddess in her three cosmic aspects: Durga, Lakshmi, and Saraswati. From Kashmir to Tamil Nadu, communities developed their own ways of observing these nights: fasting, reciting the Chandi, singing bhajans, or arranging the Golu. Tired displays of deities and dolls that celebrates creation and invite neighbors to share stories and music. Sharadiya Durga Puja follows a later path. The Kalika Purana about 10th century CE and the Devi Bhagavata Purana 11th to 12th century CE mention autumnal worship of the mother. By then, the Siddhanta astronomical system and the Surya Siddhanta calendar, formalized 5 to 6 century earlier, were already long established, providing the pre- precise lunar calculations these devotees used to time their festival. Historical records show grand household pujas in Bengal by the late 16th century, with Kolkata's community pujas flourishing through the 18th and 19th century. Here, the myth of Mohisasura's defeat merges with the tender folk image of Uma, the daughter visiting her parents for 10 days each year. Dussehra, celebrated primarily in northern and western India, draws from the Valmiki's Ramayana, whose present form scholars place between 2nd century BCE and 3rd century CE. The Yuddha Kand recounts Rama's victory over Ravana after performing an Akal Bodhan, an untimely invocation of the goddess for strength. Historical evidence of Ramlila pageants appeared in the 16th century when the dramatic retellings of the Ramayana became a public art supported by local kings and later Mughal patrons. Three origins, three landscapes, one shared fortnight in the lunar calendar, chosen not by a single founder but by generations who looked to the autumn sky and felt it was the right moment to celebrate the trump of Dharma. Each festival celebrates the trump of Dharma over Adharma, of cosmic order over chaos. In the Devi Mahatmya, the mother strikes down Mahishasura, the buffalo demon of pride and blind force. In the Ramayana, Rama's arrow ends the reign of Ravana, whose brilliance was undone by arrogance. In Bengal's Durga Puja, devotees honor that same victory with 10 days of worship, welcoming the mother as their own daughter before sending her back to the cosmic heights. And the seeker who keeps the 9 nights Vrata of Navaratri undertakes an inner battle, conquering fear, anger, and desire within the self. Philosophers of Sanatan Dharma teaches that these victories are not merely stories of the past, but living patterns of universe. Darkness is real, but it is never final. Whether it wears the face of a demon, a tyrant, or the restless mind, it must yield to the light of truth. So when the lamp are lit for Navaratri, when the idol of Durga is immersed in the river, and when the effigies of Ravana burn, the message is the same. Light returns, Dharma endures, and the divine never abandons the world. If this journey gave you a clearer view of our festivals and their history, share it with others seeking the same truth. Subscribe to Sanatan United as we continue to explore the living wisdom of Sanatan Dharma.